AudioJungle.
Greetings and welcome, ladies and gents. I'm Super Gamer, and today we'll be talking about one of the best first-person shooters of all time, Team Fortress 2.
What can there be said about Team Fortress 2? It's been out for a decade now, and it's still just as strong as it was back when it first came out. Created by the same developer who made Half-Life, the original Team Fortress Classic, released in 1999, was originally a modded version of the hit game Quake. But then Valve saw potential in this mod and helped make it its own franchise. 8 years later, Team Fortress 2 was released, and people are still talking about it to this very day, with all the countless fan animations, updates, and even the entire award show dedicated to TF2 animations.
However, today, I'm not doing this review alone. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for GaiaX.
Hello, I'm GaiaX, and my channel is all about just doing what I feel like doing, really. I do a lot of things like gameplay, funny moments, animations, YTPs even, and reviewing other channels. It's really just a channel about doing what I feel like doing, and I enjoy doing the content, although mostly I am doing reviewing other channels right now, and that's what the main focus of my channel is going to be like now, although I might move to gameplay a bit more.
So without further ado, this is Valve's Team Fortress 2.
Now, if you just play the game by itself, you're not exactly going to get any story. I mean, yeah, you could get some story through the Meet the Crew trailers on YouTube, but not all that much. I guess that's what Wikipedia's for.
Meet Zephaniah Mann, owner of Mann Co. He and his wife had 3 kids, Redmond, Blue Torch, and Grey. However, one day, Grey Man was taken away by an eagle.
An eagle? Seriously? A few years later, Zephaniah died, giving both of his remaining sons a bit of land for themselves. However, knowing how brothers work in fiction, they fight over land and soon both hire 9 mercenaries to wage war over Manco. Yes, these two hired mercenaries over a worthless plot of land.
Sheesh, talk about overreacting, am I right?
Yeah, and ever since that day, Red and Blue are still fighting for the land they desire. Let me just say, this game looks like it came straight out of a Pixar film. By that, I mean I love the graphics and character design in this game. Valve did such a good job on making these characters look like humans, while also giving them a unique look at the same time. And that's saying a lot, considering most Valve games have this realistic look to them.
The music, however, we don't really get that much from the game itself. Sure, there's the main theme, but other than that, not much outside of Meet the Crew videos.
Even still, the music is some very good stuff, regardless if it's in the actual game or not. And then there's the characters. Hot dang, are these some of the most iconic characters ever put in a first-person shooter. But we'll talk about them when we get to the gameplay. Team Fortress 2 is one of the few first-person shooters out there that I actually find to be fun. Here's the thing. The fun of first-person shooters should not come from just shooting things, the same way platformers are not just about running and jumping. No, the fun comes from the objectives to accomplish, and there are a lot of game modes. Let's look at them all.
Attack and defend, where one team tries to take over an area, and the other team has to stop them, of course. Capture the flag, both teams attempt to break into each other's bases, and capture their intelligence 3 times in a row. Control points. Both teams have to try and take over all the control points to reach 100% climax.
King of the Hill. Both teams attempt to hold out an area for 3 minutes total. And Payload. One team pushes a car to the other side of the map while the other team tries to stop them. There are even some alternative modes to shake things up a bit, like a mode where both teams are pushing payloads and the first one to reach the end is the winner, a mode which is the same thing as attack and defend but only melee weapons are allowed, an alternative capture the flag mode with power-ups and grappling hooks, a mode where you play a sport which is a mixture of soccer, American football, and hockey, and finally, Man vs. Machine, where you and up to 5 friends fend off a robot invasion. Regardless of whether you like these modes or not, you gotta give it credit, it at least has variety.
The modes are only half of the game though. We also have the 9 different classes to look at as well.
True that, GX. Scout, the most agile character and fastest class in the game from Boston, Tennessee. Soldier, an American soldier with a rocket launcher and a questionable love for his country. Pyro, the scariest class of the game, who has a flamethrower and a delusional mind. Demo Man, a drunken Scot with grenades to spare. Heavy, the strongest class in the game and has an obsession with sandwiches. Engineer, rather have machines do all the work for you? Then this class is for you. Medic, the saving grace of the team with his minigun that can completely change the shape of a battle. Sniper, one of the 2 deadly assassins who snipes you from a distance. And Spy, the other deadly assassin who can put on disguises and backstab you. All of these classes will require some sort of skill and learning, but once you get good at a certain class, you'll become a force to be reckoned with. My favorite classes are the Scout, Spy, Sniper, and Engineer.
Well, it's hard to decide on a favourite class for myself, but if I had to pick some, then I'd probably go with Scout, Soldier, sometimes Engineer. I also enjoy Sniper and Spy.
Now, we don't only like these classes because of the way they play, they also have hilarious personalities as well. Take the Medic for example. He is a German mad scientist who has a bromance with the Heavy.
The Scout is done very well. He's supposed to be this egotistical, sort of, woo, really out there, high sugar, ready for action sort of person. The voice of the Scout is also brilliant. I love it. The Soldier, very patriotic for his country, is what I will say. He is proven to be quite imbecilic, is what I will say. Pyro doesn't really have a personality, apart from mumbling. Demo Man, how can you not love his personality? He's a drunk Scottish person who just is constantly sipping whiskey and throwing bombs around. How can you not love that? Heavy, really funny when it comes to like sandwiches and oh god, there's tons of Gmod things done about that. Tons of Gmod videos making jokes about that. I don't think his personality goes far too in depth though. He's just a Russian that makes the sort of typical sandwich make me strong in that accent. So for me his personality isn't too much in depth. For Engineer, he's sort of this mechanical wizard, shall we say. I like his personality a little bit, but it could be better. The Medic is done really well, in my opinion. He's quite funny to listen to. Sniper is an Australian throwing bushman, shall we say, as half the classes refer to him as. And I like his personality. Spy is done really well, in my opinion. And I like his personality as well.
Now, when it comes to the gameplay, I do have a few gripes. First, the wait times to respawn when you die are kind of ridiculous. They can go up to 24 seconds, and chances are you're not even going to be alive for that long. Another problem is the weapon repetition. Everyone's main weapon is theirs and their own, sure, but the shotgun is used as the secondary weapon for the Soldier, Pyro, Heavy, and Engineer. 4 of the 9 classes use the same weapon. That's not that big of a deal, granted, but still a nitpick I have.
I don't really have that many criticisms of Team Fortress 2. I think mostly it's just with glitches and exploitations and the fact that lots of people are running around with overpowered weapons. Like, when I go into a lobby on Team Fortress 2, sometimes you can find a ton of pyros just using the back burner or the flog. And Pyro is this class that is just really annoying to deal with. I don't think the tutorials are that good as well. They just tell you basic controls. I mean, you could tell us more advanced things like how to rocket jump or anything. No, you're just gonna tell us how to move and look around the screen. Is that it? Is that it? But apart from that, yeah, I can't really think of any other criticisms.
But even with these criticisms, I still really enjoy the game. Heck, I have about 100 hours recorded for this game, so that should tell you something. And that was Team Fortress 2, and overall, it's a fantastic first-person shooter, which I thought I would get tired of within a week or two, but it's been 2 months and I'm still playing it. For that, I will give it a 5 out of 5.
Team Fortress 2 is a really good game in my opinion, and it spawned probably one of the best communities, or one of the worst, depending on your perspective. I mean, there are lots of those like Gmod things which half the time can go either way, but it's just this community that is really good and friendly most of the time. It spawned a lot of YouTubers which are pretty good to watch, like Nisselt, kind of Moozelk, I will say, and a few other YouTubers. I do play this game on my channel as well, which is why I have grown on it for a while, and I have over around 200 hours on the game as well. The thing about this game is that I grew up with a console, and TF2 was one of the first PC games I ever played, and it helped me learn how to play games on the PC, so I have a lot to owe to this game. Anyway, goodbye everyone. Have a great day.
Until then, I'm the Super Gamer, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye!